What's going on? I don't see anybody in the chat yet. What's going on? Apparently, there's a whole bunch of people in here, but apparently the streaming software I'm using isn't showing me any of y'all's comments, which is just amazing. So, oh, there we go. Finally. What's going on, guys? So, I should not be here right now. Let me jump in here and close some other stuff that is apparently interfering with this. So, that's a lot of people all of a sudden. Holy crap. It went from like 0 to 102. Yes, I did get a new haircut. It is going to be fun. Or it was fun. The only thing I don't like about it is he did like a curved line down here. So in any event, wow. Man. So tomorrow is pretty amazingly the first day of school going back for like the 4th semester, I think. Definitely should not be here right now. It's 10:45 at night and I've got school tomorrow. Not to mention I've got to open the company first thing in the morning, but wow, wanted to get on here and just say hey and see what's going on. A lot of interesting stuff for the first week of the year. So it's January 7th. I think we've been around for, about a week now in 2024. And, business is, doing all right. School is about to kick my ass. And at least I got the audio set up right on this to where you guys can hear me. And it's not like watching one of those old lip sync Chinese movies. So, man, got some big changes coming with the company. There's going to be some people that aren't happy because going to be letting some people go that just really aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that's always like a thing with me is I hate to let people go, but it has become painfully obvious that is going to happen, that it has to happen because some people just aren't. They're not pulling their weight. They're not trying. They're just there for the free ride. So, it's something that I'm sort of like battling with and having to bat around in my head and sort of mentally prepare myself for is to fire people. And I don't like doing it. So, please let me know in the comments if the audio is fixed and if it is working the right way. I would greatly appreciate it. I have some interesting classes that are coming up. We're going to be taking calculus-based physics, which I don't know what that means, but it sounds really scary because I took algebra-based physics. And going to be taking Introduction to Programming in C++. Which... I don't even know why that's a thing now since ChatGPT will do anything you want to. And I'm going to be taking calculus. And Tanya, what other class am I taking, or is that it? C++. Yeah, it's C++. So, oh, man. So, all right, next question for you guys is, and thanks for letting me know about the audio. This is sort of like a test run for future lives that I'm doing. I'm trying to find the right software to use and everything else. But let me know... how does the video look? Is the video clear? Is it, all that stuff? And so I went out over the weekend and got into a little bit of trouble. Got into some shenanigans here at the company, and I figured I'd go ahead and just tell you guys about that. I did something that a boss should never do, never ever do. I went and I opened up the trucks as they were parked. And that immediately caused my blood pressure to spike, and just made me angry. The joke is I've got if I clench my teeth, I've got these angry muscles here that come out, and I got the blood vessel that looks like it's about to explode out to a massive aneurysm. let me tell you, my blood pressure was at 9,000 as I went out. I got 4 really nice trucks, and I got 2 piece of shit trucks. Okay, 3 piece of shit trucks, and the guys that I've put in the really, really nice trucks, their trucks were freaking disasters. And, tools not where they go, got missing tools, parts not in the right bin, trash in the truck. And I was going to have like a good peaceful weekend. I planned on like sleeping in, getting some pizza, all that stuff. And, studying for, classes that were coming up, sort of reviewing some stuff. And I started down that road, and it was just like, why can't we keep trucks clean? So yeah, Monday morning, the first day of college class, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to wake up in about 6 hours at about 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning and go down and start getting everything ready. And when the guys start coming in, everybody's going to clock in at 7:30. Some guys like to get going early. That's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen. Everybody's going to clock in, and we're all going to have a meeting. And we're going to talk about trucks and responsibilities and putting tools up the right way. And there's going to be some unhappy people, There may be somebody that huffs and puffs and, walks out the door. And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. But I am one of those people that it is going to be done. It is going to be done the right way. And the right way is my way, unfortunately. And I realize I'm an asshole, and I completely own that. But looking at those trucks just, pissed me off. Nobody likes to see a trash truck. And that's the thing is I was a little disappointed because usually the guys are a little more careful with the trucks. So Tammy C says the dreaded meeting. That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be the dreaded meeting. But the thing is I'm not going to do it as a bitch session. I'm not going to get up there and, blah, 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 blah. I'm basically going to ask them what they should do. Old Handy Luke says, find any joints? No, I didn't, Harrison Brock says, how many of your employees are watching this? I have no idea. I hope all of them. Let's see. Joel Brown says, truck set up as instructed. I've watched videos of cleaning out guys' trucks. No bueno. And it's always funny because we now have an inventory guy. And listen, the inventory guy's been here for about 90 days. It's almost time for his 90-day review. And he has had a steep learning curve, coming into the septic business, the well business, the plumbing business, the water testing business, and having to keep all of this straight and learn all of these parts. But he's finally got his feet underneath him. And so when he went out with me to the trucks, because we made it a Saturday, and what he found is the wrong tools were on the wrong trucks. We had trucks that they had stuff on there that wasn't even supposed to be there. It just, wow. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I get to go straight from, wake up early in the morning to fix the problem with the company to bam, walk into school. And that's going to be a lot of moving parts all at one time. So trying to get myself mentally ready for that. And, doing some other stuff with the company. We've got a new water report format that's coming out. So we like that a lot. Everybody at the company has been struggling. As a matter of fact, Tanya is still over there struggling to get it set up to launch tomorrow. So JW says, I wonder how many employees will call in after this video. Zero employees will call in after this video, because if they call in, they're not an employee anymore. So in any event, but on my end, what I'm going to be doing to sort of own responsibility, because at the end of the day, their trucks being dirty is my fault. Number one, I allowed it to happen. Maybe I didn't schedule time for it. Maybe I didn't ask them to clean their truck enough times. I'm going to go ahead and accept ownership. I really am. So now I'm just going to be checking it more. It's not a big deal. Obviously, my blood pressure has gone down. And that's the other thing. I went out and I bought phone chargers for every single one of the trucks. Every single one of them. Guess what's not there anymore? How's that happen? It's weird. It's very weird. It's almost like I don't understand it. So, in any event, that's what's on my list, is redoing some stuff. And got a couple of really good, promising candidates that are coming in and wanting to be interviewed, and which is just so very convenient. But in any event, I love the employees that I have. I really, really like them. A couple of them need to up their game. You know, I got one guy that needs to show up. I got two guys that need to show up more often. But you know, the guys that I have now are pretty decent. We're just going to fix the truck thing. So Richard Dombetta says, "Do they not watch your videos, dude? I wouldn't watch me. You know, they're probably sick of me at work. So why in the hell would they log on and watch me on YouTube? You know." KPAR 499 says, "I can't say enough. We need more Jay Butler content. Not enough lately. As for the trucks, you've said it many times about keeping the trucks clean." Absolutely. And listen, this is like the second live in a week. Okay. So definitely trying to get you guys some more content. I was trying to find, you know, something nice to do for the guys, and sort of like a perk, you know. And we just launched Vision Insurance, and that is 100% paid by the company. Got some other stuff that we've been doing, and it looks like my computer is not doing well. Starting to freeze up. There we go. Alrighty. Hold on for just a second. There we go. Haha. That's the chat. So JW says, "Do your employees think that you're too chilled back and relaxed on them?" This is the thing, right? Like, maybe some people do think that I'm like super chill. The fact is that I actually walk around angry all the time. Like 100% of the time, I'm just completely angry. What I do is I put a face on, hide it. And I always try to give everybody like the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're an off day. You know, maybe they'll do it better next time. It's not necessarily that I'm weak. It's that I don't want to chase people. You know, I don't want to, you know, get into arguments, and I don't want to throw around authority and all that stuff. But what it comes across is that that, you know, some employees just take it as softness. Somebody jumped in the comments and says 401k for the worker perks. Yes, 401k has been launched. Everybody's been sent their stuff for 2024. So not only do we have 401k, but we have 401k with employee contribution. So, you know, as far as benefits, we just got Vision Insurance, 100% paid by the company. We just got 401k. So, you know, if people take advantage of that, it's like a 5% pay bump for doing nothing. You know, you just fill out the paperwork, you get 5% more pay in a savings account. Like, that's a no-brainer. So I actually had one guy like decide not to sign up for the 401k. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to miss 5% off of your check that's going into your savings account. And I'm going to give you another 5%. Like, why are you not signing up for 401k? But he doesn't want it. In any event, yes, it's definitely a thing. But, you know, I was trying to figure out a nice perk to do for the guys. And you know, we already do the gym membership. We already do the joint chiropractic. We already do the range, you know. And I thought about, well, what if I rented a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu studio on the weekend, and we had like weekend group lessons? Like, I paid for the group lesson, okay? And all the guys got to go down there and kick each other's ass, or kick my ass, or whatever. And that was like a group activity. And I floated it around, and 2 employees were like all about it, and then didn't hear anything about it after that. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. So in any event, So what's going on with you guys? We got freezing weather. We got the middle of winter. We got, the new year. Guys, go ahead and throw in the comments, like, what is your New Year's resolutions? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you even messing with that stuff anymore? But Mary Barker says, allow PTO to be cashed out. Absolutely. We haven't done that. We really haven't done that. PTO's always been a use it or lose it thing, just because that's the way it's set up in the payroll company. I don't think the payroll company lets me carry it over. And I'd have to check with the accountant and the tax people and all that and make sure that, like, I'm okay to do it. But I haven't thought of that. That's a really good idea. That's actually a really good idea. I like that. Thanks for putting that in there. Jay's group hot tub. I don't think a group hot tub's going to go over too well. We're septic guys, I'm not really sure that we're going to be chilling in some hot tubs, Speaking of which, I got a story about a hot tub. All right, so check this out. We get a phone call from a guy, and he sounds like Joe Country, He's, hey, I got a question for you. Wow, okay. Apparently, he's got an Airbnb, okay? And nobody in the office could understand his, like, super thick accent except for me. So the call got transferred to me because I'm good with accents, whatever. He's got a hot tub, he's got an Airbnb that he rents out, and on the front porch of the is this hot tub. And he had some people come stay with him, and lo and behold, they got a rash all over their body. Now, between you, me, and the interwebs the people are obviously here, if you go get in a hot tub and you get out of the hot tub and then you develop a massive rash all over your body, there's a pretty good chance that whoever was maintaining that hot tub was not maintaining it the right way, and you now have a bacterial infection on your body. It's pretty nasty. So he's in deep shit. He's probably going to be getting sued over this. There's going to be medical bills and insurance claims and all that stuff. And so he calls up and he's trying to get himself out of trouble. And we know he's trying to get himself out of trouble. So he says, listen, can I get y'all to do a bacteria test on this hot tub? I was like, sure, we'll do a bacteria test. So we go out and we collect a water sample. Now, my technicians are not idiots. They're actually pretty smart, okay? And Logan was the technician that collected this sample. He is our in-house autistic employee. And what that means is he does absolutely everything that he's supposed to do without being told. He's like a computer, okay? If it's supposed to be done, he does it. He does it the right way, and I don't have to fuck with it, okay? And he goes out there to collect a bacteria sample. And before he collects a bacteria sample, he checks the chlorine level. And wouldn't you know it, the chlorine level was at 50 parts per million. Now, I want to put that in perspective for you, okay? Just a little bit of perspective. Your city water is usually between 1 and 3 parts per million, okay? So let's just go ahead and call this one 20 times higher, So now we've got this, 15 to 20 times higher chlorine level in this hot tub. Here's the deal. If you got into a hot tub that was 50 parts per million of chlorine, you'd probably get a chlorine burn. What happened is the guy found out about these people with the rash. And so to avoid being sued, he went and dumped a whole bunch of chlorine in the hot tub and then tried to call us and get us to verify that there was no bacteria because his chlorine had killed the bacteria. And instead, what he got from us was a report that said, this sample's invalid. You added chlorine to the water. Blase, blase, blase. So, yeah, he's going to have a bad day in court. I hope he settles out of court. It's going to be rough on him. So, that was by far our newest and most stupid thing that has happened this week. Let's see. Yeah, that's the majority of it. First time here, like the videos you do. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. Chris in the comments of YouTube. Harrison Brock says he's doing a second degree in math and an EE, electrical engineering / computer engineering this year. Shouldn't take but 1.5 years to complete. Yeah, that's going to be tough, bud. Tall Chevy 350 says kickboxing would probably be better since jiu-jitsu is all ground. I like kickboxing. I like Krav Maga more, but it's harder to spar with whenever you actually like hit people. So, Cherokee Homer's pair says it can't be more than 8 parts per million. Yeah, 50's definitely more than 8. So, let's see. Twitch Unlimited said, did you ever find a groundskeeper? I sure did. Actually, well, probably can't tell that story. It's not my story to tell. So, in any event, Tiffany W says, eat more Oreos. Actually, I ate nearly a box of Oreo cookies today. Not regular Oreo cookies.
Tell about your Christmas gift.
Which one?
The bucket box.
The
Ice cream.
Oh, okay. So speaking of Oreo cookies, everybody knows that I love Oreo cookies. Specifically, 2 things: one, white fudge dipped Oreo cookies, and cookies and cream ice cream made with Oreo cookies. So, a pretty important person in my life over there knew that I liked cookies and cream ice cream, and the Hop, which is our local ice cream joint, doesn't always have cookies and cream ice cream. You know, it's 50-50. So she went and got the Hop ice cream at their ice cream factory, which is local here in Asheville, to make me an entire gallon of extra Oreo cookies and cream Oreo ice cream. So one of my Christmas presents this year was a gallon tub of freaking ice cream. Tanya, could I get you to do me a huge favor and grab me a carbonated water?
Yeah.
So it was amazing. I'm working my way through that. I am going to be so fat, it's not even funny. So, another interesting thing. So last live I did, we talked about like absolute horror stories that people have done with their wells. And that reminded me of a horror story with a septic system. And I thought I would share. I'm not going to go into horror stories with septics, but just one is, in case you guys didn't know, salt dissolves concrete. It just does, okay? If you got a concrete walkway and you go put salt on it in the middle of winter, your concrete will start to go away, okay? Salt is not good for the concrete. Well, a renter knew that salt was not good for concrete, so they poured a 50-pound bag of salt ice mix into their septic tank. And then they moved out because they were being evicted. Well, in any event, what that did is that ate a hole in the bottom of the septic tank. And now the sewage is not contained. And so now the sewage started going outside the septic tank and rising back up and coming to the ground. And we could not figure out why the septic tank was leaking the way it was. There was no septic coming out around the lids and stuff. It was coming up around the side of the tank. So we go out there, we dig it up, and we pump it out. And as we're pumping it out, our hose gets clogged. It gets clogged with a plastic bag. Now, of course, I'm going to take the plastic bag, straighten it out, see what it is. Lo and behold, it's 50 pounds of salt. That's how we figured it out. This guy, for the price of, what is 50 pounds of salt? Like $10? For $10, he cost his landlord like $8,000. That's a pretty good exchange on your money, okay? Like the U.S. military wishes they could spend $10 and do $8,000 worth of damage to enemy equipment. Just doesn't happen. Angela Green says, my first live. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Angela. Ramagan says that had to have been a crime. What could they have been charged with? Here's the thing. When it comes to crime, it's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Can you prove they did it? Did you see them do it? Got any evidence? You're not going to go to court. You're going to lose that one. Well, Starcar says, I know of a nasty landlord. Yes. Well, you know, the funny thing is like you can sue people, right? And suing people is what everybody wants to do. You know, when somebody pisses them off, wrongs them, you know, runs over their dog with a car or something, it's always like, oh, I'm going to sue you. Really? You know, the only people that get rich from that is like lawyers. That's it. Because you're going to go down, you're going to pay your lawyer like what, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. Then that person's going to go pay their lawyer. And then like, what are you going to get back? Like what, you know, for the same $5,000 you paid the lawyer, you could have replaced the tank, like whatever. So in any event, I was planning on doing a whole bunch of videos for you guys about like the lunacy of going back to school. And I would sit down and I'd make these videos after I see just like stupid shit, just dumb shit at college. Things that make you go like, whoa, what the hell are you doing? And I was going to make all these videos for you and post them on TikTok and YouTube and everything else. Then I realized that by far, the people I'd be making the videos about would not be the students. It would be the college staff and professors. And unfortunately, they grade my papers. So for right now, I'm having to put all those videos on hold, okay? Like I swear, when I graduate from college, there's just going to be like, you know, it's like going to be the Snowden files that get fucking released on this shit. So, yeah. I really, really, really wish I could update you guys on just all the stupidity of college. You know, and it's one thing to like sit in a class and like look at a professor and be like, wow, you really are stupid, you know? But it's a whole nother thing to look at a professor and be like, I'm sorry, did you just violate that student's civil rights? Like, I'm pretty sure you did. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure you just violated that student's civil rights. Huh. Weird. There's a lot of that goes on. People don't realize it. There was a student in a wheelchair, and he has to take the elevator from floor to floor to floor. And you know, in case you haven't noticed, like getting from one class to another in a wheelchair takes a little bit longer, you know, in the busy hallways than walking. And one of the teachers told him he couldn't come into class because he was 2 minutes late. Like, I've used the elevator in the hallway. That shit is like 35 years old. Like, I could crawl up the wall faster than that elevator goes up. Like, some of these teachers are just not on it. So, Avant-Garde says, I had a professor that didn't know the difference between AM and PM. Is there a difference between AM and PM? No, I'm just kidding. Lucas Turner says, what work boots do you recommend? I wear Carolina Logger boots with a 2-inch heel. And it's not because I'm short. I am short, but that's not why I wear them. It's because I have never known anyone to get a foot injury in those boots. And I actually made a mistake. And this is one of those things where you guys can look at me and be like, James, you're a piece of shit, right? I hired this guy, and I let him wear his boots. Because, you know, I wasn't trying to make waves, you know, and I wanted him to work here, and he didn't want to wear our boots. And I just like, okay, you can wear your boots, you know. And I should have known better. I absolutely should have stuck by the rules, stuck to my guns, and said, you're wearing these Carolina Logger boots that we issue to everybody. But I broke my own rule, and I let him wear his shit. And lo and behold, 3 days in the field, bam, blew out his ankle. Because he was wearing these little shitty slip-on, I don't want to lace my own boots kind of boots. And those are not designed for work. So it's like, you know, luckily he didn't have any like, you know, permanent damage. It's just a sprain, right? But, you know, I sort of broke my own rule. I didn't enforce my own rule. And it came back and just bit me in the ass. And I should have known it. So, Somebody says hello from West Michigan. That's awesome. How's the girl who was in the car accident? Is she doing okay now? Yeah, she is doing absolutely fine. It is utterly amazing to me. Now bear in mind, I'm 43 years old, so I remember before cars had airbags. Okay, and it is amazing to me the level of wreck that you can get into these days and just walk away from it. I'm talking like full on vehicle rollovers, fucked up the whole day, took out 60 feet of guardrail, car slid upside down, person gets out and they're like, I'm okay. Cars these days are just ridiculously safe. Makes me very, very happy. So, Tiffany W says, help Septic Man James Butler get to 2 million followers. Believe it or not, I finally hit 2 million followers on TikTok, or at least it tells me that I did. But my goal is to get to 1 million on YouTube. So please like and subscribe to the YouTube channels. That is my goal, is to get to 1 million followers on YouTube. I want the plaque, wherever it is, that one. Yeah. I want the one for 1 million. That's my goal. The metaphysical acts. The answer to your question is yes. Yes, I was. I'm not anymore, though. Me and the Marine Corps had a distinct misunderstanding that resulted in me not being in the Marine Corps anymore. So, in any event, what's up from North Carolina? I'm in North Carolina too, bud. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not. I got on the wrong side of TikTok, as far as like what my For You page was. And it's my own fault. But I started watching all these police chases, specifically like the Georgia State Police and the Georgia Highway Patrol or whatever they're called. And they're just chasing these guys. And I'm just fascinated by watching these videos. I can watch these videos like all night. As a matter of fact, a couple nights ago, I literally watched these videos till 3 o'clock in the morning and thought to myself, oh my God, where's my life gone? But it just made me wonder. And somebody in the comments, just said, these people would be driving their cars like they're, stunt drivers. Dude, what in the hell is going on? Like, I watched a Mini Cooper do 120 miles an hour. Like, the Georgia State Highway Patrol's chasing him. He's got 120 miles an hour on his camera. And this Mini Cooper is getting away. Like, who's making the Mini Coopers? So, what? Yeah, it's like, who is making these Mini Coopers that go 120? Let's see. Howdy from Brooklyn. Misty Vaughn says, do you really have 2 wives? Yeah. 3. Tanya, what?
Nah.
Huh? 3. No. Yes. JW says, do you have to get any vaccines before doing septic work? Absolutely. Listen, if you don't get vaccines before doing septic work, you're an idiot, okay? There's Hep A, there's Hep B, there's Hep C, there's tetanus, there's everything. It's like septic work is like disease central, okay? And, if you don't go get those vaccines, you are a moron. It's not like the COVID vaccine where it's like, we really don't know what's going on with it. This is like vaccines that have been around for 50 years. Like, they're not going to hurt you. Go get them, But yeah. Harrison Brock. Yes. 3 is the current number, sir. Let's see what's going on. Oh, speaking of vaccines. So I sent my inventory guy into the field. Okay. Inventory guy, sent him with a septic pumper. And I'm going to go ahead and throw him under the bus. Okay. And he's totally fine with it. I've already talked to him about this. But Chris is one of my septic pumpers. And Chris is a young man. And he's fairly big. He's a strong, hefty dude. And I send my inventory guy into the field with the septic tank pumper. Now, my inventory guy is a neat freak because that's the kind of people that have to be inventory guys. They're freaking neat freaks, right? This goes in this place. This goes in this place. This is how this gets done. Everything has to be perfect. Those are your inventory guys. I sent him out with a septic pumper, and I think he almost vomited like 30 times, right? It's the first time he's been out with a septic pumper in the first place. And then Chris, and I did not know this, and I've taken corrective steps since I found out, but Chris did not wear gloves like the entire time. Like just raw dog in the hose with his hands, sewage on the hose, just, rolling out the hose, pulling the hose, moving the hose, just septic, just nasty, poopy water, okay? And then when he gets up, he just, cleans everything off on him, like that, And then they pump a septic tank, they go dump, they go pump another one, the whole thing, Got the hands dirty, got to wipe them on a uniform, okay? And it's just freaking the inventory guy out. Like, he is like, why is this guy not wearing gloves? Blase, blase, blase. And he's really trying to hold it together, okay? But, he's not doing a great job. And then they go to get lunch, okay? And so the inventory guys, basically runs to the bathroom, It's time for the hand sanitizer and the soap and the hot water and the blow dryer and, the fucking UV light and everything, This guy's washing his hands like 7 times. You know who never came into the bathroom at the restaurant to wash their hands? That would be Chris. Never came into the bathroom to wash his hands. So they sit down to eat, and Chris is eating his sandwich. Nom, 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 nom. Just bare hands. And then, gets a little ketchup. So he wipes it off, on his uniform, and he goes back to eating. The inventory guy, Josh, comes back and he tells me the story. And while he's telling me the story, he's like physically about to, like he's gagging, okay? He cannot tell me the story without gagging, and I'm dying, okay? But it's like, yeah, it's gross and it's disgusting, but you have to know about this. Like me as the boss, I have to hear about this, because now what I've done is I've taken Chris aside, I've been like, hey, bud, you know how you're always sick? You know how your stomach is always upset? Like, have you considered wearing the gloves that I provide for you? And he's like, well, man, I don't like to be like slowed down. Just shut up! Shut your mouth. It is not slowing you down. Put the damn gloves on. And then I went into the office storeroom and I got some like bottles of hand sanitizer, the stuff that's supposed to be on his truck. And I'm like, hey, do you have this on your truck like you're supposed to? Because we got like 30 bottles here. 30 bottles. Why are you not using this? He's like, well, I don't like the lavender scented hand sanitizer. Dude, it was 99 cents at Ingles, okay? It was on sale. We got lavender scented. Deal with it, okay? Your woman will love it. Come home smelling like lavender. So yeah, every once in a while, some people just get a little too accustomed to working with sewage, and you got to remind them like, hey bro, let's not die. Tanya, need you over here for a second. We got Privyet, Drushki, Kak de la, Kakti. Yeah. You want to translate it? No. I know what Kak de la is, it's horror show, but I don't, Ruski Yezik? Huh. I can't copy and paste it to you because you don't have your click up yet. I'm trying to learn it. I really am, I promise. We're going to send this to Tanya and see what she says. That it says, Tanya, you want to go ahead and translate that for us? So.
Google Translator just existing.
The funny thing is like, you guys mess me up whenever you type in other languages and I'm trying to learn them, and it's like, damn it, that's not the.
You should know this already.
I know. Hello, how are you doing? Kakti Sam. How? T-U, what's some?
Oh my god.
Come on, real words.
You know it.
No, I don't know what some is. Soy, yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm done reading Russian on the internet. Somebody's gonna come put me out of my misery and just like execute me. There's gonna be Putin. This shows up at the doors like, you've butchered our language enough. Down with you, man. So, are you messaging me back what that says?
No.
Oh, okay. No, she's just completely ignoring me. You have
You're still learning Russian.
you have an in-house translator and she won't translate for your Google Live. Thank you. Thank you very much. Avatar guy says, did you ever figure out what the audio sync problem was? Yeah, I think it was that I was using the wrong program. I was using this program called Prism. So we are back on Streamlabs OBS. So very, very happy. Mike, as a business owner, I want to offer my employees free medical insurance. How do I go about doing that without going bankrupt? Raise your prices. This is the thing that nobody understands, right? Like, if you want your company to give you like killer fucking benefits, you know, if you want to like have great pay and great benefits and all of that other stuff, your company has to be wildly profitable. Okay. Like, I don't think people understand health insurance is like $800 a month. Okay. That's a freaking car payment. Okay. If you want your employer to just like eat $1,200, you know, health insurance, dental, vision, 401k, blase, 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 your benefits package could be like $1,200 a month. You're not going to get that at a company that's not wildly profitable. Ever. It's just not going to happen, because after taxes and expenses and overhead and materials and labor and yada, yada, the money's just not there for most companies. So if you want great insurance and benefits from a company, you have to be wildly profitable. And that comes down to two things. Number one, your company has to be completely comfortable charging a shitload of money for their services. They have to be in the top tier price bracket. Okay. Do not go to work for a discount company and expect premium benefits. Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, who thinks that happens? And then the next one, is that you actually have to, like, you know, aside from the company being like expensive, you as the employee have to like generate a lot of revenue. You've got to be super profitable. You can't, you know, be over here quietly quitting and then be like, I don't know why I don't have good benefits. Because you didn't generate revenue. That's why. So Meredith has Jamie Meredith has subscribed to the Welcome to Your Business. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And then we got Eric. It says, James, 2 questions. 1, do you allow one tech to take the pump truck alone? And 2, do all headphones and earbuds while on the job? So we do not allow headphones and earbuds on the job at all. When they're out on the job site working, that is a no-go. And pump trucks will have 1 or 2 people in it depending on the day. So in any event, guys, as much as I enjoy being here, Alexa says, hi, Daddy. I guarantee you there is nobody in the chat that legitimately gets to call me Daddy. That is like a guaranteed in my mind. But as much as I would love being here, it is 11:28 and I've got to like do crazy shit, like, you know, go to sleep so that I can wake up and have the meeting of doom tomorrow. Don John Keeper says, hey, do you know any resources for someone considering a career change as an electrician? I just want to make sure what I'm getting into. Dude, if I was going to do anything again, like if I was going to redo my life, I would either be a welder or an electrician. So, what, Tanya?
A plumber.
Or, yeah, a plumber. Jamie Maris says, thank you. My son and I love watching your videos. You do a wonderful job balancing life with humor. I really appreciate that. But yes, I am going to go to bed, and tomorrow I will begin the great and luxurious battle against what is known as Calculus 2. So In any event, just FYI, go check out the merch store on YouTube. It's got a shirt in there that says actions are greater than talk, which is a motto you should probably live by. Also, we have the glorious septic happens, which is a nice way of saying shit happens. If you are, however, a registered nurse working in oncology, I do not recommend wearing it to work. I walked into the hospital and there was a cancer patient that took it the wrong way. So I felt bad for about 4.5 seconds. Can't wear the merch everywhere. In any event, I am going to get off of here. You guys go have an absolutely wonderful night, and we will talk next time. By the way, I'm also on Twitch. You should follow me on Twitch. Alan says, have fun with math class. Yeah, right. Alan's got jokes. Alan's a funny person. Fun with math class.